welcome back to Chicanic. First, I need to give a huge thank you to everybody that liked, subscribed, and watched the last video, how to fix your lawnmower in 10 minutes with a $13 part. We just hit over 100,000 views, and that's sort of crazy to me, but I'm glad I could help, and I want to thank everybody for such the nice, kind comments that you left. I will leave a link above if you haven't seen that video yet, but I'll also leave a link at the end of this video if you'd like to check it out. The most comments I got on there was why I didn't tell people that they should run their mower dry at the end of the season and that they should use a good fuel stabilizer. That's because that video is for people that didn't do that, and now we're going to tell you what you should use to avoid doing all that fixing, and hopefully it'll work out for you. To let you know a little bit about me, I took 2 years of small engine repair in school. When I got out, I worked at a lawnmower repair shop for 2 years, and in 2011, my husband and we opened up our own repair shop, and we've been doing it ever since. We fix about 2,000 pieces of equipment every year, and I can tell you for a fact that at least 60% of everything that comes in has bad gas or, surprise, water. Everybody has water in their gas. No one knows how it got in there, but it does. I think that it just sucks it in out of the air. I don't trust gas anymore. It doesn't last, regular gas doesn't last 60 days without some kind of stabilizer in it. So what we do, since we work on so much stuff that people don't come pick up right away and we don't want to fix it again before it goes bad, we put Ethanol Shield in everything that we work on. Now there are tons of fuel stabilizers out there that can probably do just the same. I have found that this works, and so I stick with it. This bottle is 4 ounces and it mixes to 20 gallons of gas for 2 and 4 cycle and 40 gallons for auto and marine. It rejuvenates all of your rubber components, your diaphragms, your needle tips, your fuel lines, and it also reduces the temperature of your engine while it's running, and it eats water. I'm going to show you how it does that here in just a second. This little tiny vial of water, that amount of water can completely make any machine not run. And what Ethanol Shield does is it combines, I say it eats the water, it doesn't really eat it, it like becomes one with the water. So if we're going to put the Ethanol Shield in here, you can see that it is still separated. The water is heavier than the Ethanol Shield at first. We're going to put the lid on, and what we're going to do, we're going to give it a little shake. The Ethanol Shield eats it. I don't know what it does. It becomes one with the water. So instead of the water being able to settle, because water's heavier than gasoline, it'll settle in your carburetor, in the bottom of your tank, and then it'll corrode your carburetor. It'll turn into a white, nasty, crusty substance. It will actually help it mix with the gas, and this also fights the ethanol, and then burn through your go through your carburetor and burn through your cylinder, so you don't have to worry about it. So I've had this one sitting for about 45 minutes and it still has not separated. So Ethanol Shield is the best. I find it a little funny though, because when I first started selling this about 10 years ago, they had on the outside of the bottle that it was a fuel stabilizer for 3 years. And I don't care what gas you get, ethanol free or whatever, gas does not last anymore. I don't know what they're doing to it, but they do not want it to last, especially if you're just buying regular 89 octane. It has like a 60-day lifespan before it won't want to run in a 2-cycle engine. I don't know what it is, but it won't. Now, everybody is really confused on how the water got in there in the first place. First of all, I'm from Arkansas. It is extremely humid. You can see by the sweat on my face right now. I think that the bottles can sweat. I think that it sucks it in out of the air. There's been times I've set gas on my workbench as I'm working, and in a matter of 10 minutes, if it's a real humid day, you can see water accumulating on in the bottom of my cup. So whenever it is in your gas, and I think you can go to a gas station, and if it's churned up at that certain time, you might get a bad batch. It might have debris in it. You never know. Gas is so unreliable anymore. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in this gas, and you're going to be able to see it separate from the gasoline. I think you can hopefully see that there. And what happens, I think, once you have a buildup of gas in the bottom of your gas tank and you go to start your mower up the first year, even if you have a completely dry tank, this has been sitting in your shop for 6 months, you don't think about it, you're just gonna put your gas in, you go to pour it in, the water being heavier than the gas is gonna slide out faster than the gas is. So you're gonna fill up really first with water instead of gasoline. So yeah, that's the big secret. If you're gonna bring any kind of equipment to the shop, the first thing you need to do before you bring it in there, don't have bad gas in it. Try it. There's multiple times, probably, 50% of the time that I just drain the water out, put fresh gas in it, prime the stink out of it, and it starts running. And that would save you, I only charge like $7.50 or $15.50 if I got to do some more stuff, but still, it's something that you can do yourself and get you going that day. Now, I did have some people ask about Mechanic in a Bottle. It is another B3C. B3C makes Ethanol Shield. They also make Mechanic in the Bottle. It is a product that you can put into your machine and it will help rejuvenate all of your rubber components and flush some of your system out, and it is really good stuff. Now, I do it for a living. I work on 2 cycles. My husband works on the riders, so we can't sit around and wait for things to be fixed. We have to actually take them apart and clean them and make sure that they're going to run right. Mechanic in the Bottle is good stuff. If you have a 2-cycle trimmer and just take out your old gas, put some Mechanic in the Bottle in your gas tank, suck it up into your carburetor with your primer bulb, let it sit for overnight, and then make sure you prime it all out though, because it doesn't like to run on Mechanic in the Bottle, but it will help rejuvenate all of your diaphragms, your primer bulb, your fuel lines, your rubber components. Once you prime all that out, get some gas in there, flush it through, and most of the time you're good to go. So thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully this video saved you some time, money, and frustration in the future. Sometimes the simplest explanation is the solution. So check out our next video coming up on Wednesday on how to fix your pull rope. And if you haven't yet, please give me a like and a subscribe. Thanks. Have a great day. Wait! Don't click away yet, I almost forgot to tell you. In the description below, I will be adding links to where you can find your own Ethanol Shield and Mechanic in the Bottle, although I do highly recommend you trying to find somewhere to shop local, your small engine repair shop in your own town, support local small business. I truly hope you will do that first. Also, if you would follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Chicanic. We post pictures of some of the crazy stuff that comes in the shop there, and we'd love to have you as a friend and a follow. Thanks again for checking out Chicanic. Have a great day. Bye.